Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Winning Easy. My name is Wade, as all of you will know by now, who's been tuning in every week, and for all those who have not tuned in, and this is your first show of us. My name is Wade, and my co-host Dan, who sadly is not here. We were meant to be back together this week doing our show, but he's been struck down by a bout of tonsillitis. He's not well, so get well soon, Dan, and he'll still be putting some tips up for us. And we'll definitely be back next week. So I definitely miss him. We love doing the show together. So next week, we guarantee, whether he's on his deathbed or not, we'll be doing a show next week for sure. So, but anyway, we'll be previewing the Flemington meeting this week. Man, that's going to be a really good day's racing. 9 races. Some hard races, but I think there's some winners there we've found, hopefully. And speaking of last week, well, it was a great day for Winning Easy. Don't like we don't like bragging or that, but we're here to say it how it is, pardon me, and we had a great day. 3 winners, 3 seconds at all big odds. It could have been a really massive day, but clearly a massive day last week it was on the punt. So 2016, winners is our goal. Myself on Magic Millions Day, it was not a good day. There's no point denying that or hiding it. We'd like to tell the truth, and I was disappointed in myself, and I needed to pick my game up, and I think I'd done that well last Saturday. But that's a week ago now, and as they say, that's in the past. You've got to move forward. So there's another 9 races on Saturday at Flemington, and there's 9 winners there that we've got to find. So, done the form, and hopefully I can lead you into a few. Before we get into that, I'm just going to have a bit of a talk about Magic Millions Day and talk about a few key issues on the day. We haven't done that, and that's obviously the day itself was a very big day. It was a great day's racing. We got to see, some really Group 1 performers stand up who would not have raced on that day if it wasn't for the increased prize money. So that's got to be a positive. We want to see the best horses, race everywhere in Australia. Each club wants the best horses to race. So in saying that, Buffer and Lucky Hustler, they would not have raced if it wasn't for the increased prize money. And so I think it was all around, it was a positive day. I have to admit, I think the crowd was a record, 24,000, and I think the facilities and the service, like the bars, the food, was inadequate, and that is something that the Gold Coast Turf Club will have to look at in planning for next year. And I think it probably caught them by surprise, the hype. We knew it was going to be a big meeting, but I think it exceeded even everyone's expectations how big it was. So, that's not really good enough. The service on the day, the lineup, the queue times, they were just ridiculously long. And I've attended many Melbourne Cup carnivals, and there's nowhere near as long as that on Magic Millions Day with a quarter of the people. So that's an issue that I'm looking forward to next year, hopefully rectifying. I know there has been a bit of talk about opening the infield up, which I could not see that being an issue, or why not, especially some marquees in there. So to spread the people out a bit more. It was also a very hot day, which at the end of the day, there's not much they can really do about that. I think probably a few more shade places would be good, umbrellas and stuff, to get a bit of undercover. But at the end of the day, January on the Gold Coast, most of the time it's going to be hot days, and there's not much they can do about that. The races itself, as we said, we saw Buffering, a Marvel horse. That was a very easy 600,000 he won. He'll be off to Dubai now. Lucky Hustler, he just showed he's a Group 1 horse. He just had lengths for them, and he showed it. The main race of the day, the 2 main, let's start with 3 on Mahuda. Well, as you know, if you've been following from our very first episode of Winning Easy, this horse identified after winning the maiden by 6 lengths. In a very weak rating, but I said this horse is a star, and since that day all he's doing is kept on winning. A couple of group races over the carnival in Melbourne, and then straight to the Gold Coast from the outside alley. Once he got to the lead, it was all over. He's just a star, this horse. He's just a winner, and he just keeps raising the bar. The main race, the 2-year-old Capitalist, well, he is just a very, very good horse, isn't he? Looks a good horse, just got all the attributes, and he won that easily. And he's now favourite for the Gold Slipper, and well, he's a benchmark for sure. And Peter and Paul Snowden, geez, they are just going through the roof. They're just skyrocketing. Their horses are on fire. Peter, especially, is just, I rate him probably the best trainer in Australia. I think he's just an amazing trainer, and there's no one better in my opinion. So, and their strike rate is just so high. And they're expanding their stables. They've got more boxes at Randwick, so they're only going to get bigger. And I believe, and you'll hear it first here, that they'll be the one to stop Chris Waller's dominance. I believe they will win a premiership in the next 2 or 3 years and break Chris Waller's reign as Sydney's leading trainer, because I think they just got such a professional setup. They've got the horses, they've got the quality, and yeah. But Capitalist, I can't wait to see him race or Magic Golden Slipper Day. Just can't wait to see him again, because it was a very dominant win and he was never going to get beaten. A great ride from Blake Shinn. He just rode him like the best horse and let the horse do the rest. It was a great way to finish the day with Husson Eagle winning. Obviously Michelle Payne, she's very popular since the Melbourne Cup victory, and it was great to see. And she got plenty of cheers coming back to the crowd wherever Michelle goes. She just gets a big round of applause, and she's still on a high after that Cup win. So it was great to see her win with Husson Eagle for her brother, Paddy Payne, and then he's a good horse. He was just far too dominant. One issue of the day that was very, very criticised, and on social media especially, was Ryan Wiggins' ride on Feltra in the Stays Cup. Now, we won't go into too much, it's in the past now, but in my opinion, it costed the race. People saying they didn't. In my opinion, we're all out of opinion, I believe it costed the race. I believe the fine of $1,000 was very inadequate. I think it was a disgrace. Clearly a disgrace. And just because the stewards said they didn't cost the race, to be honest, that doesn't mean anything. Do the stewards get every protest right, in your opinion? No. In my opinion, no. I don't think they were going to rock the boat on a big day like Magic Millions Day. It would cause an uproar. I feel sorry for the owners. There's a big $417,000 between winners and second prize money. So that's not to be sneezed at, and yeah, in my opinion, it cost the ride, and I just think that the suspension was very inadequate, because I find a bit of hypocrite there. The issue was, they said it didn't cost him the race. Well, if they didn't cost him the race, why'd they fine him at all then? Because you see jockeys in every single race of the day, any mean amount of track, if they can't win, and if they're running third, fourth, eighth, whatever, if they're running third and the 2 leaders are in front by 3, 50 to go, and he's in front by another couple, you see the jockey start to ease down on him and just sit up. So what's the difference between that and what Wiggins did if it didn't cost him the race? I find there's no difference, and that's where I think they shot themselves in the foot there with that sort of saying they didn't cost him the race. And then you compare to Glenn Schofield, who recently sat at Warwick Farm in the last 20 metres and got caught out wide, and he's got a $20,000 fine and a 5-week suspension. Now, I find that just shows that the stewards have come down hard on Glenn, which they should have. But Ryan walked away with a very, very, in my opinion, a very lenient fine, and yeah, I think he got 7 days. You get a week as well, it's off the top of my head. Yeah, so there's a big discrepancy there between the two, and I can't see what the difference is between the two. So anyway, but that's in the past. But you know, overall, it was a great day, and yeah, it's going to get bigger and bigger every year. And the sales, they broke every single record in the book. So yeah. Anyway, we'll just get straight into it, I reckon now, and we'll start with race 1 at Flemington. And I'm going for number 5, his Star Stealer from the Darren Weir stable. He's got young Harry Coffey on. It's up the straight. Now, he's on he raced a fortnight ago and was disappointing. He got beat a long way, and they couldn't really offer any explanation. But I see the tongue tie's got on, so there might be a feeling that he choked down in the run. And if that's the case, you just got to forgive him. If the horse chokes down, there's not much you can do if you can't breathe. You're not going to be winning. So he resumed with a nice win first up at Swan Hill. And then he ran a good race at Mooney Valley in a strong form race, and then he had that failure at Flemington. I think he can bounce back here around the $9 mark. You go back to last prep, he's running these straight races at Flemington against Husson Eagle and stuff, and only getting beat 0.3 of a length. If he runs up to those, he just wins this. So I'm going to go numbers 5 to beat 6, 3 and 2 in the first. Race 2 is another straight race. It's for benchmark 90. And it's only a small field here, and it's a tricky race because some of these are out of form, and you've got one down the bottom, the favourite, Honoris, from the Hawk stable, who has racing a lot better races, won nice first up, and it's just a few things to line up here. I'm actually going for a bit of value here in number 5, Mr. Milton. He's a horse that you wouldn't believe has only won 2 races from 48 starts, but he's yet won nearly $400,000 in prize money because he's racing some very strong races and won some very good races in them. At the moment, he is currently $19. If you go each way, you obviously got to run 1, 2, but I think he's worth a bit of a bet here at the odds. So I'll go 5 to beat 6, the favourite Honoris. Number 3, Havana from the Paul Masara stable. Very nice horse. He's first up. And number 4, Supercharged, who I know Dan's been really spooky, and he's tipping as his best band roughie of the day, a massive odds at like 80 to 1, ran a place. His big penny of Supercharged. So, really interesting race here. Battle tactics, but I'm going to go Mr. Milton at a bit of value. Race 3 is the Fillies race, I'm pretty sure. Yes, the Fillies are mares. It's over the mile, and it's a benchmark 90. Another tough race, but I'm going to go number 2, Miss Soft Hands. Always had Billy this horse, and has just finally clicked. Late mature, but it's a 3 starts this prep, 3 wins. It's got Barrier 1, and it's got my man on, Damien Oliver. For you don't know, I'm his biggest fan. He's the best jockey in this country, an absolute legend. And Colin Little, he's one of the best trainers in Australia as well. Don't be frightened packing the Colin Little horse. He's a gun trainer. So I've got to tip her. Mare's in form to make it 4 in a row. To beat number 4, Vital Importance. Number 1, Noella's Choice. And number 6, Yellen. Tricky race, but I think she can make it 4 in a row. Race 4 is an interesting race because it's over the 2,000 metres. And we see that here, for the Darren Weir stable, the first start for Real Love. It's come over, Bob Peters, sending a couple of horses over, Real Love and Perfect Reflection, the 3-year-old filly. And I'm tipping Real Love because as you would know as well, I've mentioned a couple of times, and a few people who know me, yes, I've really just rate this mare highly. I was really hoping that she would come over for the spring, for the Cups. I think she's just better than these, and I know it's only 2,000 metres and she's coming off the Perth summer campaign, but she would have been nice and freshen up down at Darren's properties, where with Ballarat, Warrnambool, and I just think, even though the 2,000 metres might be a little bit short, but I think she's got class on these and will beat these for sure. Number 4, Bass Straight for second. Number 5, Eximus, who ran in the Devonport Cup last start, knocking on the door for a win. And number 3, Second Bullet, who's very short at the moment, very impressive last start, but, you know, I just think it's a bit harder race, and I think Real Love's just a better horse, so we'll see how we go anyway. Race 5, we're going back up the straight here. This is with the 3-year-old fillies, and this is where my best bet of the day comes in here. I just think this is the best bet of the day, and that's number 3, Alaskan Rose from the Mike Maroney stable. And 1,100 might be a bit short, you might be a bit worried about it, but I'm not, because I think she's that be nice and fresh, and she's got a great turn of footwear. Some of these, you know, very good horses, but they're going up a bit in grade here, where she's racing some very good races last prep and the first prep. I think if she's come back if you strengthen up anything and shows her turn of full from last prep, I think she'll win, and I think she's the best bet of the day. To beat number 15 down the bottom here, Sky Dazzle. Now this is the forgotten one. It's only had the one start. It's been off the scene for a while, but I'm telling you, this has got plenty of ability. Make sure you put this in your first fours. Number 1 for third is Heatherly, another super little filly. So consistent from his very first start as a 2-year-old, and from the Ellerton and Zara stable, there's no better strike rate or winning than that combo in the last month, 6 weeks. They're just on fire. They've targeted this time of year with their horses, and they're reaping the rewards. And number 7, Alushinari from the Godolphin stable, and Craigie on. Craigie's been doing a lot of right for Godolphin lately, as we saw last week with Monogram winning race 1, who we tipped, and was a gun ride. And it's a nice filly coming down from Sydney, so I always respect that when they switch stables, so should be hard to beat. So 3, 15, 1 and 7, but Alaskan Rose, best of the day, Stevie Arnold, gun rider, he'll just suit her, last 100, I think she'll gobble them up. Race 6 is the benchmark 78 over the 1400, and here I'm going on a bit of odds here. Number 5, Mahoney, it was $11, around the it's good each way odds. Really consistent horse. From David Hayes stable. I expected from barrier 11 to go forward, and I would almost say to lead. And we love leaders at the Flemington 1400. It's one of the easiest 1400 metres in Australia, all downhill. And if you get a soft lead, even though it's the longest straight, you still usually kick and you take some running down. So I'm expecting that to happen here. To beat number 1 is Jubio, the top way. What a win that was last start. What an absolute win. And you just had to put him in for second here because that was just a sensational win. If you haven't seen his win, go and check it out. Number 7, Patton. Very, very highly spruiked horse here from the Lloyd Williams camp. It's had 2 starts for 2 wins. Michelle rode it last start. Retains the ride. Barrier 4. I think they've got bigger plans for this horse. So, be wanting to go close here. And number 11, he's a moral. Barrier 2 will get the soft run, and once again around that $11 mark. So, tough race, but we got number 5, Honey there, good each way odds. Race 7 is one of the features of the day. It's the main feature of the day, we should say. It's the Kensington Stakes, 1,000 metres up the straight. And I love this road because a lot of different form lines here. We got the quarterback who's just an absolute Flemington specialist, loves a straight, and he's going to be targeted some better races during the autumn carnival, including the Newmarket. He's got a powerful finish, this horse, and we saw that on Oaks Day, where he just stormed home and won. I'm tipping him for second, but I'm going to put number 8, Headwater. I think I read the other day that the horse thinks he's come back nicely, that he's matured even a bit more. Very nice horse, very, very good horse on his day. He's taken the older horse here, but he's on the limit, and he's getting 6 kilos off the quarterback. At the day, the quarterback, is he good enough to give him 6 kilos? I'm not sure. I think I'll have to go Headwater here on top to beat the quarterback. Number 5 is Wild Rain, very consistent form at the moment. You can't knock it. And number 7 is the Monster, which has been a bit of money for. He goes really well first up. Last prep back in the spring, if you were following Winning Easy, I tipped him for second at 70 to 1. He got caught right on the line by eventual winner Sabatini. He is a really good horse, goes well fresh, and be hard to race, hard to beat as well. You can't tip them all, but I have to go number 8, Headwater. I'm leaving a horse out like Bard, who I've always had a big opinion on. He's never really gone to that next level as I thought he would, but on his day he can win this for sure. So that's one of those races. It's just a great time of year. All these horses coming back, the good horses, and the races don't get any easier. So we'll go number 8, Headwater on top though. Race 8, we go on number 4, Digger Pony here from the Peter Moody stable. It was a nice first up return, and it goes up to the 1400. and there's a bit of money for it, actually, and just checking, and there's been some good money for it today. So that's good to see some confidence around for it. Barrier 11, I expect it to just slot in somewhere, probably go back a bit midfield. I wouldn't say it to be any worse, but depends on the lack of speed in the race. And I think it's definitely very, very hard to beat here. Number 8, Bell Seal. So I'm tipping a Moody Cornell here. His first 2 runs, this prep might not look that alright, but expect rapid improvement here, third up. So don't leave it out. Number 7, the New Boy. Just one of those consistent horses. Every time he goes around, you know you're going to get a good run for your money, whether you're punting on him or whether you own a share in him. Love to own him. He's a great honest horse. Put him for third. And number 9 is the X Factor horse here, Camden. Currently it's $2.30. It's had 4 starts for 3 wins. Darren Weir, beautifully bred, Craigie Williams, and some of these 2 of its wins I've seen that's been really impressive, like a horse that is going places. So I'm going to take him on just at his first start. But if he's as good as what potentially people think he is, and I think he probably is a horse with the most scope out of this race for sure, I think that's fair to say, then he might just be too good for these and win. But I don't want to take the $2.30 to find out. I'm happy to go Dig a Pony, who was nice each way odds at $9, and is coming to $5.50. So, you know, you can still each way odds up, but there's definitely some money for it. The last race of the day, well, this is definitely the hardest race of the day, so I wanted to look for value, and I think I found one here. If we just load it, and we'll go, if we just load it, 1 second, sorry about that. My tip is number 7, Hero Master, while it loads, and the reason I'm tipping Hero Master is I just think this is his race to break through. He ran 3rd last day in the Camden Cup. People want to put him on Camden. Don't worry about that. Some of these cups and country meetings are very strong. They can definitely translate from country to city. His 2 runs before that, I have to admit, were only fair. But like I said, I'm going one here at big odds here, thinking that he can run a very cheeky race. And I think he's well weighted here. And I just think he's going to improve a bit. I'm not going to say, but I'm taking a hunch that he will this week. And on his day, he's definitely capable of winning this Hero Master. So at $26 at the moment, he's my best roughie of the day because there isn't, in my opinion, too much value. So I had to make him my best roughie of the day, evenly raced. Number 2 for Largo, he'll improve rapidly here, 3rd up. He really will. Number 1, the Import. That's had 1 start over here as a ride for the McAvoy stable. Ollie retains the ride. He was satisfied with his first up run. 60 kilos, he might improve a lot from that first up run. So if there's money for him, definitely take notice of that. And number 8, King Cable Chief, who's around the $15 mark. A nice horse, doesn't win out at turn a lot, but always is thereabouts. So, tough day. My best bet of the day, Alaskan Rose. As I said, I think she will get the money. And I've had to make Hero Master my best roughie of the day at $26 at the moment. But I think there is definitely, just looking there, I think there's definitely plenty of winners there. I believe we'll have a good day tomorrow. Like I said, if you go each way on the selections, I believe you'll definitely finish in front. Like I said, make sure you stay tuned for Dan's tips or check our Facebook page. Please spread the word. We really need your help out there now to spread the word about Winning Easy. Come to the Autumn Carnival. We're trying to do everything we can to spread the word, Dan and myself. So please get out there, spread the word, share our page, do whatever you have to do, which is much appreciated. And we'll be back next week together. That's a guarantee. And hopefully I hear as many stories from you over the weekend about how many winners you have backed, because that's always a good feeling. Thanks guys. Stay tuned next week. All the best. Good luck. And we'll see you next week. See ya.